Hi everyone, greetings from Moscow. It's Amina Jaman, art director of International Filmmaker Festival of New York. This is the 10th edition of IFFNY. It's a jubilee. It's incredible and I can't wait to talk to filmmakers from all over the world. This is an IG Live with directors of feature films. These films are in competition. Hi, Paolo. Let me invite you right away. We have Paolo Longo presents a film from Italy. Oh, film The Lion Rock. Paolo, please join me and tell us about your awesome project. Hi, Zaza. Hi. Okay, let me invite you to Jasmine. Oh, okay, one after another. So please join me and let's talk about filmmaking. Okay, who can join? Jasmine Road, right? Yes, I am here. Warren, yes, Warren, we are waiting for you. Please join me and tell us about your incredible feature film. Warren Sulatcycky, director of Jasmine Road, feature film that's in competition of IFFNY, International Filmmaker Festival of New York. Okay. Hello, this is Gino. Yes, Gino, okay, let me add you. So whoever can join, please join. I'm happy to talk to all of you. So Gino Tassara is from Peru, and he made a great film called Utopia, an investigation. Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Who are you? Because I don't know you guys in person. I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
how you
supposed to be
guys
gonna be at 1:15, but you just
look.
said me,
Okay.
so I wasn't ready. I'm in the line right now in Busch Garden, but I'm more than welcome to talk to you, and thank you so much for your time and to allow me to share all my experience about Utopia the movie. Thank you. You're all set.
Yes, please tell us about your
See the date on
film.
that reservation. You're all set. Thank you. Yeah. So
What's the
let
main
me
message
give me
of
only 30
your film?
seconds so I can be in a quiet place. Give me
Yes,
30
we'll wait for
seconds.
you. No worries. Yes.
Let's go that way. Hold on a second. Okay, hold
While you're
on.
walking, I'm gonna
So,
say that this is a film about a
yeah,
journalist, Julian.
Utopia. I'm Gino Tassara from Lima,
Yes,
Peru,
yes.
South America. My movie is Utopia, the movie based in true events of a tragedy that happened in 2002 in Lima, Peru.
Yes, when 29 young women and men died in the exclusive nightclub. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the main character, Julian, he is a journalist and he starts this investigation.
Oh, yes. Utopia, the movie, means a lot to me, not only because I have experienced firsthand the pain of losing love, ones like my grandparents, my parents, and my sister, but also being able to help with justice, with justice in a country plagued by corruption such as Peru. It's too much
So,
noise. Hold on.
what's
It's
the
too much
main
noise. I'm gonna go
message
there.
of your film? What did you want to say through your work, through such big work?
Um, I am as a journalist, a filmmaker, TV series, and theater director. I also study a
Mm,
master degree in conflict resolution. With
I
Utopia, I
see.
was able to put together what I learned in the United States of America and demonstrate that justice can be achieved from a movie. Utopia is a case based on real events where 29
Hmm.
young people died in the most exclusive nightclub in Lima. The trial lasts almost 18 years. Two of those responsible for this accident and sentenced to prison fled the country. Time heal wounds, but not those worn by the victim's parents. Their wounds continue to bleed seeking for justice. And no one spoke of them after several years from the tragedy. Time makes forget everything to people, and other headlines occupy the front page of the newspapers. As a result of Utopia, the film, new generations knew that this tragedy happened. That because of the accident, the country changed the control laws, changed the penal code, put a regulation from the signs and how many people are available in each space and emergency exits. As a result of the films, the ministers and the government were pressured because the press returned to speak that about the case was continued. The faces of the government placed the faces of the two responsibles among the most wanted. After the movie release, they captured one of the person involved in this accident, one of the responsible, after 18 years. Extradited him, and now he is serving prison in Peru. And the second, who is in South Africa, has already been identified and the extradition process in file.
I see. So this is a very important project for you, and I wanted to know, is it your first feature film? Is it your
Yes,
debut
it
as a
is.
director?
It is my first feature film. The message that I want to carry with this film is that with a movie we can pursue the justice. The media
Mm-hmm.
pressure from a documentary or fiction based on real events can generate awareness, especially in a country where corruption is entrenched in the government. We have presidents imprisoned, investigating. One president of Peru committed suicide for being investigated for corruption. If we do not believe in justice in Latin America countries, we need to believe in our movies and our cinema. Utopia is an honest place to scream for justice. It's important for me to participate in the International Film Festival because this case is the top of the iceberg of a thousand cases that are awaiting for justice in Latin American countries. It's important because this festival let this story being known in the international level. It's
And this is
important
a
for
U.S. premiere, right? The U.S. premiere of the movie.
yes. Also,
Mm-hmm.
it's important for Latin American justice to know that it's been watching from different angles. To be selected for the International Film Festival is more than recognition for me, for the actors. It's important, but not too much. The most important is the recognition for the parents of the victims, who are the true heroes who fought for justice almost 18 years. 15
Mm-hmm.
of the parents died without seeing the justice. The
I
justice that
see.
takes time is no justice. Thank
I
you for the
see.
opportunity that the world know that an event like Utopia happened in Peru, and this story should not happen again. No one should die for negligence or because some entrepreneur prefer to save money instead of take caring of safety issues.
I see. It's way more than just a feature film for you. And as I understand, you really like films that are based on real stories. You like social works, right? And as a journalist slash filmmaker, you want to do something that's real,
Quítame los
and
lentes,
you
por
want to
favor.
go behind.
Yes, I want to do filming always related with justice.
Yes,
I,
you
like I
want
say at
justice
the
to be
beginning,
served.
I lost my parents, I lost my grandparents, and in 2002, the same day of the tragedy, I was studying in the United States, and at my apartment in Peru, people broke into my apartment to robbery. My sister was there, and she got an aneurysm at that moment, 2002. Right now, we are 2021. Until now, no one is responsible for what happened in my apartment. Situation that happened to me happened to the parents that were seeking for justice, and those parents were congressman, entrepreneur, was very rich and very politicians and very important people in Peru related with entrepreneur and business people. Even
Influential
with
people.
all the connections that they don't have the justice that people deserve in a country like it's
Hmm.
America. Always I want to work in projects with justice. Right now I am working on in two projects. I did a TV show called Isolate, the first
Hmm.
season, and now I'm working in the second season, which tells the stories of corruption in the health sector in Latin America country during pandemic for the COVID-19. We just released the first season. It was very good, very successful. They just request the second season. And also I'm working in a movie. It's called Queens Without Crowns, which seeks a reform in the complaint process in every angle for the victim of feminized or homicides against women and child sexual abuse in Peru. Every week we have a woman murdered by their partners or kids that are sexual abused, and sometimes they feel guilty and do not call the police or asking for help. Silence kills. Women and girls cannot remain silent. If the system doesn't help them, let the cinema, let the movie encourage them to report. That's the things what I'm working right now, and nothing. Thank you so much for the opportunity. But everything that I'm gonna do is everything related about some social topics,
Yes.
and open a door and window for many people who are looking for justice. And sometimes authorities, government, police departments don't listen. They don't have anybody who spoke for them. And I think the movies need to do that role from my side.
So film is a format of telling the truth, right? For you.
Say it again, please.
A film is a format in which you're telling the truth and you're looking for justice, right? Through that form.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Justice is the most important thing for me. I believe in many people has should have the opportunity to get the justice, but sometimes in Latin America that is not happening. Like in Peru right now, how you gonna find a justice in a country where we have several presidents in jail for corruption? We have many authorities. We have people who work in the justice systems also investigated for corruption. We have one president who commits suicides before go to jail for corruption. Right now we are 1 week to know who is going to be the next president of Peru. One of that is related to a terrorist group called Shining Path, and the other one was in jail for corruption. So we are choosing between those two people. How do you want the people really trust in justice if the people who manage the country are not exactly the right one? So sometimes they don't have the opportunity to go to the justice system. So let's make those people go to the movie industry to tell the story. Because after a movie gets released, like a Utopia, the press media started doing a lot of pressures to do all the change that the story needed for the change.
Yes, and your film Utopia is already making a change, and I wish it best of luck
Thank you.
nationally and internationally at our film festival and at other international film festivals. Thank you so much, Gino,
Thank
for
you so
joining
much. I'm
and
sorry
telling
to
our
be here
viewers.
because I was preparing for 1:15, but you connect me before, so I wasn't ready at that moment. But thank you so
You were
much, and thank you
there,
for the opportunity.
and it's an honor to talk to you, and thanks to you and to your team, and good luck with all your projects. And I hope you will find justice in every field, as a
Thank you so
journalist
much,
and
Amina.
as a filmmaker, and you will impact a lot of people internationally.
Thank you so much, Amina. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you
Have a
to
great
everybody.
day. And I'm inviting Zaza Buadze. Zaza, are you here?
Okay.
So, Gino, you should sign off. Yes. And I hope to see Zaza Buadze. Hopefully he will join me now. Can you see me? Can you hear me? I hope to talk to you about your film, The Mother of Apostles. A war drama. It's really heartbreaking and, thrilling to see that film.
Hello,
Hi.
Amina.
Hi. How are you?
Greetings from Kiev,
No,
Ukraine.
greetings from Moscow.
Oh, you're in Moscow now.
Neighbor, yes, I'm in Moscow at the moment.
Oh.
So you are closer to me than
Yes.
Gino is in Lima.
Across
So
the ocean. Gina is across the
yes,
ocean.
yes, but I mean,
Si-
cinema has
uh,
no borders,
yeah,
cinema is
of
for
course,
peace.
absolutely, absolutely. So,
Yes,
very nice to meet you
same here.
online for
Yes,
now.
but later offline, hopefully, when borders
Hopefully,
open.
someday. Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
I was in Ukraine at a human rights film festival called Steps in
Yes.
Kharkov, and my film and my music video Against War won 3 words there. So
Oh,
I
great.
really love, yes, Kharkov, and I really want to visit other cities of Ukraine, hopefully one day soon. So please tell us about your incredible war drama. What's the main message you put in your work?
Um, um, it's the film is based on the true events.
Mm-hmm.
When in the very beginning of the war,
Mm-hmm.
which still goes on, it was March 2014.
Mm-hmm.
The Ukrainian cargo plane was shut down in Donetsk,
Mm-hmm.
Donbas region, and the mother of the captain, the plane's captain,
The pilot. Uh-huh.
the pilot, yeah, decided to go there and in order to find her son and to save him. It's a true story. So
Mm-hmm.
our protagonist has the
Real
prototype.
prototypes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, and when producer of the film, Dmitry Ovechkin, showed me the video shot occasionally, the amateur video shot on
Mm-hmm.
mobile phone of a woman, a grief-stricken woman, silently walking around the wreckage of a plane. I was just shocked. I was amazed, and I immediately understood that we should make this film. That I really want to tell this story.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the real story, and later we wrote the script together with Rada Makenkova, and that's
Mm-hmm.
how this film was born.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and of course, initially we had no political purposes. We just wanted to tell the
A
drama.
real story.
Yes, it's a drama. It's a drama of the ordinary woman
Mm-hmm.
from the town of Vinica. I
Mm-hmm.
guess you haven't been there. It's in the
No, I haven't. Only in
it's
Kharkov, but I loved
yeah,
it.
it's in the western Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm not Ukrainian. I'm Georgian,
I know.
li-
I
li- living
know.
living living in Ukraine for last 14 years.
I'm not
So,
a Russian. I'm Circassian. So
so I became the
Circassian
Ukrainian
girl.
film director.
So, I mean, this is international, so
Yes,
it's
yes,
incredible to have talents of all backgrounds. We appreciate talent
and
and great
that's great. That's great.
work.
Of course, that's great. Yeah, and so it's a story of ordinary woman from
Mm-hmm.
Vinica who, having no connections there in the war zone, knowing nobody, and having no uh, accurate information what to do, where to look for
Mm-hmm.
her son, decided to go there. And it was like, I always try. One of the reasons why I understood that I really want to tell this story
Mm-hmm.
is that I always try to find so-called mythology, yeah, in
Mm-hmm.
the basis, in the very heart of the story, because I believe that if you can find it, if you have it, you can build the solid narrative structure. Yeah, in this case, I immediately understood that it's catabasis, as old Greeks used to call it. Yeah, trip to the
Mm-hmm.
underworld. Yeah, like Orpheus, his trip to the underworld in order to find his beloved Eurydice. Yeah. It's metaphorically. In our case, it also was the story of catabasis, of a woman who decides to
Find
make
her
this
son.
kind of his son, and after crossing the valley of shadows, metaphorically, she dies also metaphorically, and reborns. He meets a lot of people. He changes their lives. He saves some crew members from that plane also, and so he's not able to save his own son, who died, because after the evacuation of the crew members, his son, the captain, the pilot, decided to sacrifice himself in order to take away the falling plane away from the village, and the plane fell in the field, and the captain died, but he saved the people of the
People.
village. So she finds his grave just next to the wreckage of the plane, and eventually, and she meets a lot of people. For example, the parents of the soldier who died, the soldier from that side, and she brings them to the parents such consolation that the mother of that soldier, the enemy soldier, sacrifices herself in order to save our Sophia, our main character. So, in the end, she becomes not the ordinary mother of one son, her only son, but also the all mother, the universal mother, mother of everyone. So that's what I can tell you about initials and the girls, and what was my passion, why I decided to make this film.
And was it hard
And thank
to
you very
cast
much for
actors?
inviting it to your program. Great
Yes,
honor
yes,
for
of
us.
course.
Thank you.
It's a great film. You know, our
Thank
brilliant
you.
selector Iber Diari picks the strongest projects, and looks. He watches every single project very attentively, and that's why we have a great program. You know, this year it's a jubilee year, and we have 100 projects from
Congratulations. Congratulations.
40 countries. Thank you. And Zaza, tell me, was it hard to cast actors
Not at
in the
all,
project?
because from the very beginning, I knew that there's only one actress, the
You
great
wanted to
Natalia
work with.
Polovinka. Yes, and even while writing the script, I always kept her in my mind. So it
Oh,
was obvious for me for whom I
uh,
write the script.
yeah. Who will get the
Natalia
role
Polovinka is the
without
great,
casting, right?
absolutely, yeah.
That's incredible. What about other actors? Supporting roles, episode roles, like
The wonderful actors, not only from Kiev, but also from other
hmm
towns. One of them is just a legend of Ukrainian theater and cinema, Mr. Bogdan Benyuk, my big friend, and I'm very proud that I know him. That he periodically takes part in my films, even in the new one, which we have now in post production.
Wow, is it a feature film as well?
Yes, yes, it's co-production between Ukraine, Italy, Romania, and Czech Republic.
Well, that's why you're an international filmmaker, and
Yeah,
that's why it's so like natural to have you in our program at International Filmmaker Festival of New York. So you're working on another feature film. I wish you good
yes,
luck with that.
yes.
And my last question, how big is the role of international film festivals in the career of a filmmakers and also in the destiny of a film?
Oh, anyway, it has a huge role, of course. I'm not sure who said it. Uh, some famous director said that nothing will compare with pleasure when you, director, just know that the millions are watching your film, that that you share your passions, your emotions, etc., with the millions. I don't remember exactly who said that, but some
I'm sure
great
they
director.
all feel the same, you know. We can all
So,
relate to these words.
so anyway, the film festivals like yours and other festivals,
Mm-hmm.
they gave such a big opportunity to show your film to the
Filmmakers.
audience. So, of course, I would like both of us and all our other colleagues and participants to be in New York right now, to
Mm-hmm.
attend the screenings and to meet people and share
Red
our
carpet, yeah.
emotions. Red carpet, of course, yes. A glass of champagne, and yeah, caviar.
I don't
But
drink, you know,
someday,
but I
I
like
hope
caviar.
someday.
So, you know,
So, of course,
when I was,
it's very important.
yeah, when I was participating at Golden Apricot Yerevan International Film
Uh-huh.
Festival. It was my first festival in 2013, and there is always champagne, vodka, and everything. And they're like, you
And
know,
brandy,
please drink
Armenian brandy, I guess.
special Armenian apricot vodka. And I'm like, I don't
Yes.
drink alcohol. Like, you look suspicious. You're a filmmaker and you don't drink alcohol? Something is wrong. So I'm not desperate, you know. It's my first film, and I can make films without alcohol. So that's why,
Okay.
you know, I'm waiting for the red carpets, you know.
Um,
So thank you so much for joining. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure
Thank you.
talking to
Thank
you,
you.
Zaza,
It was
and
my pleasure.
good luck to you with all the projects and at all international film festivals. I wish you international acclaim, and more awards, you know, and international release of your films
Thank you. Hopefully we'll do it. Yeah.
on and
Thank you.
offline.
And hopefully your festival will help us.
It will, you know, everyone that participates at IFFNY gets a real push in the career, and after that, like wins everywhere. You know, it's a great
Great,
start. You
great,
know,
great,
seriously,
great,
no kidding.
great.
Ask winners of you know previous festivals. You know, they can admit that. Oh, thank you, Zaza.
Thank you very
So
much. Thank you.
bye.
Thank
Have a
you.
great
Bye.
evening. And
Bye.
now we have Paolo Longo joining us. Paolo, are you here? I hope you can join so we can talk about The Lion Rock feature film from Italy. Can you see me, Paolo? Who else? Jasmine Rose. Where is Warren? Maybe Warren will join me? Warren is a director of a feature film, Jasmine Road. It's a Canadian film. It's in the competition. There's something with connection, but I hope one of the directors will join. Hold on. I can see two people joining. Oh, no, one. Oh, hi, Warren. Is that you?
Yes. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, and you?
I'm doing well. I'm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Wow, I can tell, you know, by your
Way,
background.
way far out west towards the Pacific,
I
right
see.
next to the Rockies. Yeah.
Yes, I see. I mean, you look like you just finished filming a commercial for shampoo. You know, and you can say like L'Oreal Paris because I'm worth it, right?
No, we've been, of course, like everybody else, in lockdown, and
I see.
I just haven't had the uh, uh, safe security of mind to go get anything done personally. So,
I
it's like,
see. So,
yeah.
tell me, how long did it take to make a feature film, Jasmine Road, from pre-production to the world premiere?
Yeah, well, Jasmine Road is a fictional story based on real life events. It's about a Syrian family of refugees who arrive in Western Canada, and settle in a very small conservative town that is infused with cowboy culture. Imagine, if you will, a town of Clint Eastwood's, and
I would love
into
to
this.
go there, you know. I'd love to visit. Especially if
Yes.
Clint Eastwood will be there, you know.
Well, in fact, where we filmed, in the same region, Clint Eastwood filmed Unforgiven, a film of his, very famous film he made about 20 years ago, literally just down the road from where we filmed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, it's a very, very beautiful part of Canada, but it can be a very conservative part of Canada. Not backwards, just, people have a different approach to life. Now, into this world arrives our Syrian refugee family, Layla, and her daughter. Layla's in her 30s, her daughter Heba, and Layla's grown brother, Salem, who's gay. Now, Layla's husband he's been missing since the refugee camps.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't seen him for a couple years, and so they've arrived without the full family, without Layla's husband, and
Mm-hmm.
who's also, of course, Heba's father. So I started doing the research on this in 2015 and 16, when Canada opened up our borders have always been open to refugees, but we accepted a new wave of 25,000 refugees in that first year. And then since then, I think over 50 to 60,000 Syrian refugees
Mm-hmm.
specifically have arrived in Canada. So there was a lot of front page news when they first arrived at the airports, and there was pictures with the Prime Minister. But then once they arrived, their stories kind of disappeared. And I was
Mm-hmm.
curious about what happens to not just refugees in Canada, but refugees anywhere who arrive to a new country, who've uprooted themselves because they have to. They have no choice. What are of course, what are the struggles? What are the lives like? The details, the small, fine details of life. Once you're in a home that you've a year ago you never contemplated being in, or 2 years ago, you having never wanted to leave your home country, but you have to. And so I started meeting with people. I met with refugee agencies. I ended up working with 2 or 3 refugee agencies in Calgary to really to bring them on board to function
Mm-hmm.
as my collaborators, my creative collaborators in the film. And then and so that took 2 or 3 years of writing the
Wow.
script, adjusting it, getting the finance together. Thankfully in Canada we have a pretty strong government funding situation for culture, for arts, for film. So this is my second feature film, and Telephone Canada has funded both the
Mm-hmm.
films, both of my features. So it took a while to get all the financing together uh, to pull the trigger and say, let's go into production, and then uh, post-production, we got through production, but post-production we were doing during the pandemic,
Oh,
and
that's
that
perfect
was,
time for
yeah, yeah,
post-production period.
yeah. Now, nobody could be in the same mixing theater, although there were a number of times when things got safe for a while, that we could go into the same sound mixing theater and do some final tweakings. But a lot of the post was all done remotely, with me sitting in my office, and 3 or 4 other editors, sound editors, the composer, visual effects, animation. So we we released the film to festivals in Canada in late September of 2020, and it's done phenomenally well across Canada. We've been in many, many festivals, and we've been winning best awards. And now we're rolling out internationally, and
Mm-hmm.
IFFNY is the U.S. premiere for it. We had our South American premiere 2 days ago in Chile, in Valparaiso,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to be in Bulgaria this summer. Of course, these are all online, like your previous filmmakers
Mm-hmm.
did. It's always wonderful to be at festivals and to meet with filmmakers and to share your work personally with audiences and get to, to respond to questions and to, to really let your passion out to the audience in real time. It's kind of hard to
Mm-hmm.
do that online, but so it's been almost a 5-year journey for this
Wow,
film.
five
To answer
years.
your question in a very long-winded
No, 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 that's really interesting.
chapter.
There are so many filmmakers that make films only because they want to travel, like to festivals,
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
it's a great reason to travel, to go abroad, to have like
yeah.
a second vacation within a year. It's like, oh my God, when? I really want to go. So,
I mean, it is wonderful to travel with your art. I
yeah, with
work
your
in the
work. So
theater
you did
too,
a
and
mix,
yeah,
working and travel.
yeah. I mean, the beautiful thing about being an artist in these modern times, of course, artists have always traveled. They've always found ways of connecting with people.
Yes.
But it's wonderful to go to festivals and meet other filmmakers from other cultures and countries and see their films you would never have a chance. I would never have a chance to see in Canada because they just don't get distributed for whatever sad reason, like our own films.
Hmm.
Um, but the sharing of cultures is the beautiful part of traveling with your film and or going somewhere else and making your work.
Yes, and making new
Uh,
friends. I mean, and later collaborate with each other. You never know who you will meet at film festivals. It's new
yeah,
connections, new
yeah,
colleagues from, you know, so many countries. So,
yeah,
I wanted to
yeah.
know who is your favorite director?
Oh, Eric Romer. He's a French
Mm-hmm.
filmmaker from the French New Wave, the
Mm-hmm.
Nouveau Vague, they call it. It's termed. And he made a film almost every year or every 2 years for 45 years or 50 years. He passed away less than 10 years ago in his 80s, and his output was amazing. But the quality of his output and the stories he told, and the simplicity and humanity and humbleness in the work, and it's just beautiful, clean, spare storytelling that
Mm-hmm.
addresses issues of humanity, what it is to be human, to be alive, to love, to lose, to feel sadness, to feel joy, to be political. He was political, but in a very, very sort of quiet way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he was hugely instrumental in the French movement. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the new wave of filmmakers, which included Godard, Truffaut. I love Japanese filmmakers also, Ozu, uh, and yeah, I
Yeah.
you know I
Like,
I
I thought you
I tend to go
you
back
say
to
like
my favorites.
Clint
Yeah.
Eastwood or like
Yeah, once in a while. I'm actually, I spent,
Al
you know,
Pacino.
I spent a number of years in Los Angeles, and I
Uh-huh.
have family there. My brother and sister work there, and I haven't, I'm a U.S. resident, a green card, and I'll certainly
You
work there again.
you
But
look
I'm more of a
like
European filmmaker.
I see, I see. I mean,
Uh,
you can get inspired like from
yes,
someone of any background in any country. That's
yes.
art. And you actually look like you live in LA, like, and you just came from the beach, from Santa Monica beach.
God,
No,
don't I
seriously.
wish? Don't I
That's
wish? It would be lovely to have a beach just outside. Yesterday we had snow. in Calgary.
Wow.
So the beach is a long ways away from my situation here in
I
Calgary.
think
That
you're
would be
like,
wonderful.
no!
Yeah, yeah.
No! I
Yeah,
see.
I don't even want to pick up a camera right now because I just don't
Right!
want to show the, I mean, you know,
It doesn't inspire you,
yeah.
to shoot, right? When it's like bad
We
weather outside.
we live in such a beautiful part of the world, Calgary, and the Rocky Mountains and this whole area. I mean, um, and it's just, I mean, it's beautiful in the winter, but it's been a long, long winter anyway.
Yeah,
I've
I
got a
know.
lot of writing done. I've got
Yeah.
a lot of new projects on the go.
Yeah.
I hope to be. There's I work with a co-producer, an actor, and she's a wonderful writer too, Caitlin Sponheimer, and she it was in my last two films and co-produced them and co-wrote the first one, and she's written a beautiful film. And it's a story about a woman who is living on the sort of the knife edge of life in terms of low income, instability, single mother. She has a daughter who's 12-ish, 11, 12, who's a real surfer, enthusiast, skateboarder.
And that's where you can play
But
lead role, like a surfer.
yeah, yeah.
They need
But
a male
the
surfer.
yeah, the story is really about the struggles of these two women, a mother and daughter, trying to, through a summer living in a trailer park on a lake that's nowhere near the ocean. And this girl just dreams, the young daughter just dreams of surfing. But
Oh,
she's 1,000 miles from any, large body of water that has any waves. So it's a beautiful film, and we've been working on that together. Hope to get the we've made all the submissions for funding. I've got a, I've got a series, I've got a series in development. It's about a woman who suffers a breakdown,
mhm.
and it's about mental health. But the question really is, and she's a photographer, and the question really is, what you know what is the fine line between artistic vision and mental health?
Mhm. That's
How
great.
far does
I
how far
love
does
the
one
way you
push
put it.
oneself? And it can be applied to any person's life. It doesn't have to be an artist. It's like some days, everybody on this planet, I bet, feels, especially now, that on particular days, they just are not mentally stable and healthy, and that if they at a particular hour, it might be in the middle of the night or 1 in the afternoon, that if they could, they pick up the phone or stop a friend on the street, but can't, and just talk through um, just whatever it is that is unnerving their soul in that moment. But those same issues that unnerve our souls are also the same inspirations that drove Dostoevsky to write his novels and Tchaikovsky to compose his concertos and Eric Satie. It's like the same things that plague us can also inspire us. And
Yes.
so it's a story
Artists,
about, it's a series of yeah.
they heal themselves, through their works.
Hmm, hmm,
Like a
hmm.
self-therapy, Artists, they
Yeah,
don't need a therapist. They just make movies, write poems. I mean, they express their pain in a artistic way and then get awards for that. An
yeah, yeah,
international
yeah,
acclaim.
yeah. And I'm not saying we have to suffer for that. I'm actually not a fan of artists having to suffer greatly for their work or to create work. In fact, we should find joy in our work. There should be joy in what we do.
Dream
We should
on.
bring joy to,
In
yeah,
filmmaking joy? What are you
I know.
talking about?
But really, if it's not joyful in the long run, if it's not joyful, why do it?
Yeah, of course, yes.
Life is so short. Art is beautiful to make. It is really beautiful, and it can be so hard and so frustrating and difficult. But if at the heart of it, you know, I'm reading a biography on Mozart. It's the definitive biography on Mozart. And he would wake up at 5 in the morning, not every morning, but he would run to his writing desk, and his mind would just be overflowing with his latest composition, like just breaking to get out onto the page. And he would find such joy in that, and I do find that in the writing process. It's the pulling all the ideas together and trying to find cohesion for a unified story that is difficult, or deciding in the early stages what to write or what to
Mhm.
create. I'm also a visual artist, I'm a painter, I work in the theater. So it's so important in that initial stage, 2 or 3 years working on, make your choice wisely, because you're going to be living with them, and they better bring you some joy in the long run, because they're going to be your best friend and worst enemy at times.
How inspiring is that?
I,
I
I I
see.
hope it's inspiring.
No, it is. It's really
Yeah.
inspiring. Of course, work must be a pleasure, it's just really hard to arrange everything, to organize. It's not just inspiration, brilliant material, funding and premiere. There is so much behind the scenes work, nobody sees, only those that create the project and make it like a reality, not just dream, but make it come true. They know that it's hell, they should go through to
E-
finish the film.
Exactly. As you know, despite everything I've just said, production is hell. It's like going to war.
Exactly.
It's like
It
going
is
to war.
Yes, and you
Yeah,
need like real friends to go to that war with,
you that's why I work with Caitlin. She's such a great, great friend. We rely on each other every day for, even when we're not in production, we're constantly, working with each other. But during production, there wasn't a day that went by, or the moment I woke up in the morning during production going, why am I doing this? I will never ever do this again. Why would
Yes.
anybody want to do this?
Yes, the hardest
You
thing
know,
is like after completing a feature film, to kind of give birth to the desire to make another one, because you want to make it, but you are so disappointed in many people, in the industry. There's so much disappointment, so that you're like, okay, I will do it, but later with other people, with someone like uh, greater, on another like highest level. It's like this is the person I could afford to work with. Now I want to work with the best, So this is like a very difficult
the yeah,
time,
but
between films.
yeah, the best people are your friends. You know, I actually just want to make films with friends, or really good, really really talented people who I meet, who quickly become my friends. I
Yeah.
want, it's like it's too. There's a Hollywood filmmaker, I won't say who, but he says that every film you make, there will come a time in the process where it will break your heart,
Hmm.
and it's true. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
somewhere in the process, your heart will be completely broken
Yes.
because of whatever reasons. Could be it could be person to person, it could be the film itself, it could be the editing process, it could be the filming process,
No, 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 I
you
don't think
know.
it will be a film itself. It will be the person.
Anyway,
Yes,
that
I
said,
hope
I'm
you
so
won't have
proud.
such
I'm so
situations in the future,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you'll have the best opportunity to work with the people you dream to work with. And
yeah.
I hope you won't be disappointed in them as human beings
No,
during the
no, no,
process.
no.
Thank you so much, Warren. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
Go
Thank you
back
so
and
much.
surf and make
I
new
have to learn.
films. Good luck
I have
to
to
your
learn.
feature
Thank you.
film, Jasmine Road,
And thank you
nationally
for
in
having it.
Canada and internationally overseas. I hope it will win a lot of awards and give you more international acclaim, and you'll have way bigger audience than you expected with this film.
Thank you. Thank you,
Have a
Amelia.
wonderful evening.
Thank you. You
Bye.
too.
And
Okay.
I'm inviting another guest, Salomon Askenazi from Mexico, and he will tell us about his feature film, The King of the Party. Salo,
Hi,
hi.
hello.
How are you?
Fine, fine. I'm here in Mexico, in a town called Cuernavaca.
Wow. So, ¿cómo estás? ¿Estás bien?
Bien, bien, muy bien. ¿Tú?
Bien. I see. I see. So you're at the balcony, right?
Yeah, like a garden. Yeah, like
I see. So, tell me about your feature film. Is it your first big project?
no, it's my third movie as
Third
a
feature.
director. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and well, this movie was shot in 2019, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and we had like a year and a half of post production. COVID got in the way, so we had to really push some of the editing process and the color correction, like for a
Mm-hmm.
year later. But now the film is finished, and this is my second festival. We're gonna have the movie on, and I'm really excited, because the virtual festival didn't sound so fun at first, but people all over the world can watch, so that's a plus.
Yes, of course. And New York City is the heart of independent cinema. Of course, they make lots of films in Hollywood, but that's big studio films, you know? And in New York City, I mean, everybody loves cinema. They go and watch films like every day, and there are like film lovers, you know? New York audience is, in my opinion, the best film audience in the world. They're always open to something new, to something they haven't seen. And I mean, I simply love it. You know, so I hear you. So tell me, who is your favorite filmmaker? Maybe Alejandro González Iñárritu or another outstanding Mexican filmmaker? Because I mean, if you look at the Oscar winners,
Yeah,
last uh, 5 years, you'll see a lot of names of Mexican filmmakers, brilliant filmmakers. Maybe you're the
yeah.
next one.
Maybe it's tough
Hopefully.
road. I really like Tarantino, Woody
Tarantino,
Allen,
oh, who doesn't? Yes,
also
I love Woody Allen too.
Iñárritu. It's also one of my favorite filmmakers. And yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan, of American cinema. I grew up
Mhm.
watching, Star Wars and Grease and all of those blockbusters, And I mean, right now it's really, tough to find some good content, on theaters and on platforms, because there is so much content, So I think people that really like cinema, to have festivals, and now to be able to watch online, some of the festivals. It's a good
Mhm.
place for people to look for films that are different, and people who are looking for quality instead of quantity.
Mhm. Yes, and you know what? When I was growing up, I saw Iñárritu's film Amores Perros. I
Yeah,
mean, it's so great, you know, such a strong work. I really loved it, you know. And of course, Gael Garcia Bernal is my favorite actor. After that film, you know, I dream to work with him. So if you know him, say hi. You know,
okay. I
Diego
will say
Luna
hi
is
if
great
I don't know
too.
him,
You
but
know? Yes.
yeah.
So tell me, what was the first film festival where you premiered your film?
We've been on the Indie Film Fest in Indianapolis. It's a very good independent cinema festival. and the movie was there for like 3 weeks, so people can watch it all over the world. And really, for me, this year is gonna be festival circuit. We wanna uh, get to as many festivals as we can, because I think that this film is really for audiences who like cinema that really proposes something different and makes you think and makes you be a part of the movie. It's not a popcorn movie. And at the end of the year, we're going to have a theatrical release in Mexico. Cinepolis Distribución is our distributor. And
Wow, congrats.
yeah, that's like the main theater company in Mexico. So they also have a distribution branch. And so that's really cool, because the movie is going to be seen. I don't know if in cinemas or in platforms or where, but we have that
Everywhere
part
in
covered.
Mexico.
Everywhere, yeah, and all over the world, maybe because Cinepolis they have the rights for the movie for the whole world. So I hope they put it on screens everywhere. And I'm just excited, for people finally to see this film. I started writing the script 2016, and then 2018 we got the funding. So it's a really long process, to
I
finally
know.
show the movie. Yeah. And
I know.
sometimes when you show the movie, you are so far off, like the process, the creative process, that you sometimes don't remember why you did the film. Like
You might lose an interest like during the post-production, right? Like, come on,
yeah.
not interested anymore, You don't have that fire in your eyes anymore, because it's like it took you too long to make it, to give birth to it. It's not like 9 months, it's way longer.
Yeah, it's weird because you put your energy, in the process of making the film, and that's where you are most excited, right? And then the time comes
Yes,
to show the film, and you're excited, but your energy is someplace else. So like Woody Allen said in his biography, that he made movies just to make movies, right? He didn't care how the movie turned out. He didn't watch the movie afterwards. He just made films because he had fun, working with actresses and actors. And I mean, he had the best casts of all time. So
of
I get
course.
why he was so excited just to make films, But like for me, I think it's like the same case. Like I really had fun doing the film, and when you show the film, like you think you are really excited, but I'm not sure it's that exciting as making the film.
Trust me, if you sign a genius actor like Javier Bardem for $20,000 as Woody Allen did, you'd be happy too. You'd enjoy it, Even, it's that affordable, you're not gonna have any nightmares and any problems and worries during the
Right.
pre-production. Imagine like everyone would love to work for free, or like for really symbolic amount of money, but with Oscars, right? So like they're Oscar-winning actors, they all are worldwide famous, and you get them almost for free,
Yeah.
and they work hard, It's not like, okay, you pay me a little, I will not like show my best, I'll just
Yeah.
work a little bit, not too hard, No, they are like the highest level, actors, of the highest professional standards. And when you get someone like that, immediately, I mean, you don't waste energy on signing actors, on finding the budget, Of course, it's a pleasure. I mean, who doesn't want to work like that? Like Woody Allen. Everybody wants to work with him. And actually, another great actor, Diego Luna, starred in his film A Rainy Day in New York.
Hmm.
So, last
Yeah.
film. And I know Diego. I met him twice in Mexico City. Such a brilliant actor. I saw him in a Teatro de los Insurgentes in
Yeah.
the production named Cock. So he was there, and Jose Maria Jaspic was starring opposite him as well. And
Mhm.
incredible actors,
Yeah.
Broadway level. So just bravo, you have incredible talents in Mexico. And I wanted to ask, since you got a distribution deal, right, with Cinepolis.
Mhm.
Do you plan to submit your film to, let's say, Morelia Film Festival, Guanajuato, Guadalajara, or you don't need that anymore, since you have a distributor?
No, of course, of course. As I said before, I'm really interested in the festival audience, because I think it's really different from the commercial or mainstream audience. So yeah, I would love to get into some Mexican festivals of that type. Sometimes it's hard. I don't know, like with my movies, I hadn't had so much success in Mexican film festivals because I think they are looking for some kind of cinema that is really specific, and my movies are like an in-between world of art house films and commercial films. So I don't know, like you never know, with film festivals it's really like a surprise, when which festivals like some films. But talking about Mexican talent, about the actors and the cast in my film, I had the luck to find a gem of an actor, Giancarlo Ruiz, because he plays twins in the movie. He plays Hector and Rafael,
Mm-hmm.
and he also plays a third character that's Hector trying to be like Rafael. So it was a really hard experience for him. He had to change clothes and makeup, for every scene when he was changing characters, and he had like a soundtrack, for each character. So he put his headphones on to get into the like the theme or the mood of each character, and I think it's a great performance. I think the movie is almost based on his performance. So
Mm-hmm.
I hope Giancarlo gets the credit he's due for the role.
Yeah, and you can see emotional crisis his character is going through. He thinks that he is his own brother.
Yeah, yeah. He
I
almost
mean,
becomes his own brother. Yeah,
yes, twin brother. It's not hard to become your twin brother when you have a twin, right? It's like, oh, I'm looking in the mirror. When I look at you, right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
see myself in you. I see. So good luck with your film, King of the Party. And
Thank
I
you.
hope you'll have a lot of parties, after winning awards and signing deals with this project and next projects, nationally and internationally. And I hope to see you, let's say, at Guadalajara Film Festival in LA, when they bring winners of Guadalajara to Los Angeles and
Yeah,
screen films at Chinese theater in LA. So hope to see you there and at Oscars as well, because I mean, you can continue that list of great Mexican filmmakers that conquered the world and are known internationally right now.
yeah, yeah. It's a good time to be a Mexican filmmaker, I think. So yeah.
Great. Yes, thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Thank you
much.
very much. Good luck with the festival.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
And let me invite another guest, another filmmaker. Hold on. I don't know why I can't invite her. Paolo. Maybe Paolo will join us. So this is an IG Live with directors of feature films. Feature films, incredible pictures that are in the program of IFFNY, International Filmmaker Festival of New York. And it's a Jubilee edition, 10th edition of our festival. The program is really huge. It's amazing, 100 projects from 43 countries. Just imagine, right? It's absolutely fantastic. So, where is where is our filmmaker? I don't see. I don't see our filmmaker. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Later, I'll come back with other filmmakers, okay? And we'll talk about filmmaking, you know, the way they made their feature films and their future plans and upcoming projects. Thanks for watching.